Right. Or like Eli Manning back in his prime or something like that. Yeah. You have to buy a loot box, which is random. It's not guaranteed that you would get this thing every time. It's kind of like a gotcha in a way, like how gotchas work, where you pay like $10 for a loot box and it's random what you get inside. You're not guaranteed to fucking get what you get. You have to pay more. You have to pay a higher price for a better uh, chance, and it's ridiculous. Yeah, and the government just like EA, like EA is the biggest, and I love like uh, Assassin's Creed, especially the newer Assassin's Creed where it's more RPG esque. But they're huge fucking dicks anyway because all they want to do is create live service games. And they're like, well, there's no money in single player. There's only money in live service games because you can charge like uh, anything you want, and you have microtransactions. And when they came out with that Star Wars Fallen Order stuff like that, they're like, oh, and that sold well. And even the second one, they're like, oh well, maybe there is money in single player games. Like, yeah, nobody wants to play for a live service thing where you have to get microtransactions for your basic shit. That's why I stopped playing Destiny, honestly. That's why I stopped playing Destiny, because it got so ridiculous with their shit. And for the fact that the game was broken at the time, too. I guess it is still now, what I hear. It's broken as shit. And there's like no feedback, no response from the company. Come on, man. You know? You can't, like, they curate their shit. Like, you can't do certain activities or certain dungeons or whatever unless you buy the expansion. Like, what? You know? I've already paid for the game. And then even if you did buy the expansion, they take that shit away where you can't play it. Oh yeah, like Mars is completely gone and shit like that. From the original Destiny 2 game. There's no more core Red War. You can't play Red War anymore. Uh, there's no Mars. There's no I can't remember. There's another planet like that's gone. So you can't go back and play that. Like, why take this shit away when we've already paid for it? And some of the weapons and shit, they've sunsetted, which means they won't go any higher, uh, level wise. It just stops. I'm like, why? Why would you do this? Because they want you to go in and refarm the same shit later on. They're just gonna reskin it. It's the same thing. Hmm. Yeah, they increase the level by 5 or 10 points, and you have to grind for that. Yeah. No, I get your point. I understand. Yeah. And hell, every season they're dropping you. You do all that work, and every season they're dropping you back down to the base level. Well, why do it? You know, that's the one thing I don't understand. I mean, I guess to keep it even kill, but every season and every DLC, you would lose like 200 points, 200 levels or whatever, and then just grind, grind, grind again. I'm like, no, you know. Maybe I loved it when I was a kid. Maybe I'm getting too old for it. I'm just like, no, man, this is not for me. Especially like, I'm sure Rachel told you, we played one of the fucking exotic missions to get an exotic weapon, which the weapon was cool, but it took us like 5 times to go through this thing because it breaks towards the end. And at the time, the guy that was in charge is like showing off his Ferraris and like literally showing off his Ferraris and shit and telling them how good how good they're doing. Oh, we're doing great, game's doing great, but the shit's broken. You know, everybody's begging, please fix this, please fix this. You know, I check in. I watch their streams every once in a while. Like, it's cool. Like, not this DLC, but the next DLC, they're doing a Star Wars themed uh, thing where you're gonna get like lightsabers and shit like that. Is it enough to bring me back? No, no, it's not. Yeah, we played the shit out of it. You know. Yeah. Well, even if you do, don't give us 2 hours worth of content. And that's what all these looter shooters and well, like Final Fantasy and stuff like that, they'll give you a little bit more than 2 hours. But like for 14, it's every 2 years their big expansion, and every like 4 months is an update, and it's only like a couple hours. But their big expansion is every 2 hours or every 2 years, which that's all right, cause it's almost as big as the game. But Destiny's like, oh, we have a 6 to 8 hour content drop, and you could beat it in a day, and we got this, and this, and it's like $100 and some odd dollars, but it's cool, right? No, you know. New World's a little bit better because it's geared to more adults. I think it respects your time because you can drop in, drop out. You don't have to pay a subscription, you know, and everything's free, pretty much. Once you buy the game, everything's free. Has been anyway. I'm sure they'll do paid expansions later on, and you can buy cosmetics if you want to. It doesn't affect the gameplay whatsoever. I admit I've gone a little bit nuts on their cosmetics because I like to look cool, you know. But I've dropped more than a couple times, more than like $20 here and there, like several times for their transmog and stuff like that. Pardon me. But honestly, they brought Defiance back again on PC. I wish they'd bring back Defiance because I like Defiance way better. What's that? There you go. Hey, there you go. They're pretty good. All right, on. That's how my order assault rifle is. No, go right ahead. Sorry, I got caught up on this one here that I'm playing. I never finished one, honestly. I never finished one. King's Fall, yeah. They were fun, but yeah, I mean, I don't have that kind of time. Now, the one good thing that I've seen from the videos, from the vlogs and everything, they do have matchmaking for almost everything now in it. Whereas before, you had to find somebody to go with you. Even raids. But still, I don't want to go back. I have no desire to go back. I really don't. We grew up on Star Wars. You know I love Star Wars. But seeing that Star Wars expansion, I have no desire to go back. Because you can get like Han's blaster or a lightsaber and shit. And like, one of the fucking things you can do, like the kind of like Gambit and stuff like that. There's a new thing there. You're basically taking command of an AT-AT walker, but it's like Destiny's version of an AT-AT walker. But I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, I have no desire to play it. I don't know what happened. I have no desire to play it. Maybe I'm just too old for it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, I'm a fan of Destiny. I know I was a huge super fan back in the day. I had everybody play that shit. But yeah. But I still think uh, Destiny 1 is far superior than Destiny 2. I really do. They had better expansions. They had a better story. Yeah, it was Katagawa. Oh, okay. Yeah, they weren't it. No, not after Handsome Jack. I mean, Handsome Jack's probably. Go ahead, bud. He's a charming villain. He's a guy you love to hate, and every time he's on the screen, you want to hear what he's got to say. Basically, it's kind of like David Carradine in the Kill Bill series. You want to see what he's doing. You know he's doing something bad. You know you should hate him, but he's got the personality where you kind of love to hate him. Kind of like when we watched wrestling back in the olden times, like Shawn Michaels. Could not stand Shawn Michaels, but you love to see him on screen because you know some shit's gonna go down. Or Vince McMahon back in the day before you knew he was a real creep. You know. But my only concern with four is okay. Four hasn't great grip to me enough. I can play it. It's fine. But if I put it down today, I wouldn't have desire to pick it up until, whenever. On my own. I'll play it with friends, but on my own, it's okay. But my only concern with four, and I see it, is maybe it's just my paranoia. With the open world and the vehicles and everything, I see it going towards Destiny style, where they're going more online shooter, looter shooter. And I really hope they don't do that. Yeah. Yeah. Everything's being fucking remaked when it really shouldn't be. Like I don't know if you've seen the remake of The Crow. I watched The Crow because I was a fan of the original Crow. I even like some of the older ones. But man, I only paid $5 for the rental because I think I read it on Amazon or something like that. Oh man, I was greatly disappointed. Like if I went to go see this in the theaters, I would have walked out. And I love Bill Skarsgård. He's a good actor. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't go to the theater as much. I think the last one. Well, I watched the new Superman, but other than that, I haven't went to an actual theater in years. And mainly, I just watch it on streaming like Netflix or Amazon or whatever. Not really. Yeah, you're dropping $100 at least. Yeah, yeah, with snacks and tickets and everything. Yeah. No, not really. Yeah, a shitload of money. Yeah, we do all right with what we got. I can't remember where I saw the report where they were talking about the economy and like middle class is considered 200, 300,000 a year, something like that. I'm like, I want to know where these people work. I'm lucky to crack 50. Maybe, you know. I don't even know anymore, really, honestly, how much I make a year. I don't pay attention to that shit. Yeah, you work 30, 40 years and maybe